With the smash ballot and Phil Spencer's comments about Banjo-Kazooie, there's been a split amongst the gaming community. Mostly those who blindly think Microsoft's support is enough to guarantee Banjo a place, and those who say it will never happen because Nintendo and Microsoft compete. FYI, I fall into the third category, doubting Banjo will end up as DLC, but I wouldn't be remotely shocked or surprised if he appeared. The question this debate has raised for me is, are Nintendo and Microsoft really competing? Both create video games and consoles, so they do compete on the same level as McDonald's competes with Taco Bueno, Chinese restaurants, or even grocery stores like Hy-Vee or Walmart. However, I don't think anyone would argue McDonald's is really competing with Chinese restaurants or grocery stores. If someone has a choice between McDonald's and Taco Bueno or a Chinese restaurant, there's not a competition. The decision is easy. McDonald's offers something completely different from a higher quality Mexican fast food chain or a Chinese restaurant. Unless you specifically want a burger and fries, given the choice, McDonald's won't have much of a chance. McDonald's real competition would be between Burger King, Wendy's, Backyard Burgers, and Steak and Shake. Granted, the last two aim for a higher quality version of that type of food, so there's less competition than McDonald's versus Burger King. Both Burger King and McDonald's have very similar menus, and the final product is very comparable, with the main difference being flavor. Basically, the question of whether Nintendo and Microsoft truly compete is, do Nintendo and Microsoft offer similar experiences? Or is it more like burger versus burrito, where one choice doesn't stand a chance depending on what you are looking for? They do compete more than either compared to Leapfrog or V-Smile, but those are basically the grocery stores in the analogy. I believe Nintendo and Microsoft compete more as Taco Bueno versus McDonald's than versus Burger King. So they don't really compete, and I think Microsoft feels the same way about their relationship to Nintendo. Microsoft really could only potentially compete against Nintendo when it comes to home consoles. They have made no attempt to enter the handheld game, and have even supported Nintendo's handhelds already. At one point, planning to release a Halo game on the DS, and working with Nintendo to remake Diddy Kong Racing. The Xbox's most popular or profitable games are shooters and realistic sports games. Nintendo, on the other hand, divides itself up between RPGs, platformers, puzzle games, and party games. When they touch another genre, it usually is heavily affected by those core genres. Nintendo competes more with Sony, who also has a respectable reputation for RPGs and platformers, than with Microsoft. The only area all three console makers really are even is in the action genre. Action games tend to do relatively well everywhere. The subgenre may differ between the consoles, but action still does well. So I don't believe they really compete. They both do their own things very well and attract different kinds of gamers.